What's up, class? Miss Brown here. Today I'm going to kick off a very short tutorial on how to do some quick research and get those APA citations really easily. So, kind of just a quick rundown of how to do APA really quickly. Okay, so in my class, it's not something that I'm going to be really picky about. I just kind of want you to understand how to get citations in APA really easily because you can kind of overthink it. There's so many resources out there. Okay. So, again, in my class, we're going to just lightly use it in a few of our assignments. But, once you get in other classes, you will probably use it a little bit more. I know a lot of y'all use MLA right now, but APA is what we use for communications. So, I do want to introduce it to you. Okay, so we're going to talk about three things in this tutorial. We're going to look at Purdue OWL, which is basically like your cheat sheet for APA. Okay, I use it all the time, so don't be afraid to go use this resource. Okay, we're going to look at Google Scholar, how you can get citations from Google Scholar really quickly, and then also the databases that we have here at HCC for you to do research. Okay. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen, but this, I've already got it on Purdue OWL APA page. Okay, so this is actually in your start folder as well. I have the link that'll take you right to this page. So if you want to use that, definitely use that link, but you can just type it in Google, type in Purdue OWL APA formatting. Okay, so APA formatting, if you come over here to the sidebar, it's going to give you all of these different resources for specifically APA, which is what you want. Really, though, the general format is going to be what we'll look at first because it's going to have some of the major things that you'll want. Okay. So, what I love about this one, the general format, is it gives you a visual representation of if I was to say, hey, submit this assignment in APA formatting, this is what a cover page would look like for APA. Okay. You would put Department of Communication, right? Henderson Community College. You would put our course name, and then you would put my name, so Miss Brown, and then you would put the date. Okay, so real easy to make a cover page, super easy. You can put the number. Again, I'm not going to be really picky about it. I just want to see that you're kind of trying to learn this. So, abstract, we're never going to do an abstract. Don't worry about that. But it just kind of shows you some things there. Now, the other thing I want to show you is in-text citations. Um, let's just go to authors because I feel like that's a big one. In-text citations. So, say you're doing a paper, it is slightly different than MLA. So, this is good for you to kind of look at. But say you do, it gives you an example here. You have a reference of Ahmed 2016. This is how you would put that citation in your paper in text or in the discussion board, something like that. If we have that, if you have two or more two authors, this is how you would put it. And then if you have a work by three or more authors, this is how you will use it. Okay, I use this one all the time. So I feel like nowadays researchers get together, so it's always a lot of researchers on there. So this one would is an example of one, and it says Kernis et al. That just means etc. Right? Kernis plus all these other authors. Okay, but you don't have to put all of those on there. So just some good information there. And then the only other thing that I feel like is really different from MLA is the page numbers, but I'm not going to get real into that. So you guys can look more into this later. I do want us to look at how you can find the research. Okay, so let's go to Google Scholar. Hopefully, it's going to let me switch screens here. Let me see if it'll let me. Okay, so my last part cut off, so hopefully this will keep going. But now let's look at Google Scholar. Okay, so how can you do easy research, get that APA citation for your classes, including mine? Okay, so let's say we're doing, let's just say social media, because that's such a big topic right now. Okay. I know this is not one that you might use, but so what I would recommend, again, Google Scholar, we're on Google Scholar. Okay. You can come over here and you can make it more specific, right? So that you have, like right now, we have, wow, a ton of results. Okay, so let's shrink that down. We're going to really narrow that down. So let's go to since 2022. Okay, wow, that really shrunk it down. So now we have 21,000 articles and different things like that. If you look over here, you'll see that some of these articles have HTML and some of them say PDF. I'm going to recommend that you always try to find research that has a PDF formatting. It's just going to be a lot easier for you to open up, okay? So that one obviously wasn't the best. So let's try another one. Let's say this one, social media impact theory. Let's try this one. ResearchGate's usually good. Boom. It comes up. Okay. So what's great is that you can read these articles pretty quickly because you can download them, you can print them out, all these things. Now, one other thing that you can do once you find your article, you can hit Control F and you can Control Find. So let's say we want to search for keywords. We want to search for the word social. Okay. So it's going to tell me every single time that there is the word search social, it's in there 213 times. So just remember, if you're doing a lot of research, that is going to be nice to know. Okay. Anywho, so we found the article we liked, which was social impact theory. We are going to use this in our assignment, right? Whatever assignment you have, and you want to cite it. Okay. You're going to hit this little button here with quotations that says cite. Okay. Again, work smarter, not harder. Guess what it has? It has the APA citation. Okay. In your other classes, if you use MLA, look at that. There's the MLA. Okay. So it's got the APA. All you're going to do is copy that, paste it into a document, make sure that you keep it in formatting. APA formatting is Times New Roman 12 point font, double spacing. So remember that you want your reference page. We use a reference page for APA, not, I think some of them do a different one for MLA. So you'll do reference page, it's alphabetical order, hanging indent. So those are all things to remember as well. But it's right there for you guys, okay? So I just want you to know, like, you can work smarter, not harder, okay? Yeah, so those are the big takeaways there. Remember, PDF is what you're looking for because it's going to be easy for you to open and access that information. And then if you really like it, to cite it, boom, there it is, right? So let's say we were going to do this one. Boom, cite it. There it is. Copy and paste that sucker into whatever document. I have an assignment where I think you just copy and paste that into the discussion board. So formatting isn't even going to be a problem there anyways. All right, so that is pretty much all I wanted to show you there. The other one that I wanted to show you was our library resources. So our library does have a lot of resources and databases as well, similar to Google Scholar, so you can look at those. I'm going to let you go in and look at those yourself, but you'll go to our website, type in library, and then go to the databases, and then you can look at all the databases there. And it has a similar, it's a different setup, but similar thing as well, where you can cite those databases as well. So again, work smarter, not harder. If you know you're having to do a ton of research, I would always recommend do your research first, get those sources, and then craft your paper. It's just going to save you a lot of time. I hope that helps. If you have any questions on APA, always look at Purdue OWL as your cheat sheet, but also ask me questions. I'm not the APA guru, but I can definitely help you navigate it. Again, last thing, in my class, I'm not going to be very, very picky about it. I do want to see that you're trying, though. I hope that helps, and you guys have a great day.